All right, guys, so I'm gonna make this. This is part 2. It's gonna be a quicker video than the other 31. I like to do the whole 31 minutes just for those beings who like to really sit and watch the whole video. So I'm just gonna do a little quicker video here, and then I'm gonna do my 1,000 crunches and take my bath, which is what I do after I go to the gym, and make my vegan dinner and enjoy a movie with I Am Son, and that's how I usually invest I Am Evening. So, but yeah, so. As I ended the other video saying, please get a copy of this book. I wrote this book. This book is written as first person. It's not person, excuse me. It's first I am. You hear me say I break grammar rules on purpose so that you can have first cause experience as I am. So you'll hear me say you book instead of saying your book. You hear me say you community instead of your community. You family instead of your family. You car instead of your car. You life instead of your life. Because when you say your, right away, we're winning our lives back from the brain and letting the brain know, thank you for being in the skull, but you're not the master. You're not the master of this body. I am. So we're winning I am body back from the brain and letting the brain know you another part of the body that I am the master as and of. The brain is not your master. You are the master of the brain. And even as the brain, because the brain is still the body, right? But you're the master. Remember, before Abraham was who had a brain, I am. I am is not going to, I am self as a physical being with a brain and then worship that brain. I am is like, I'm the master. Now, let me prove this to you all what I mean. No one with a brain. People talk about the intellect all the time. And I tell you, listen, I'm going to read something because I didn't get to that in the first quarter. This is part 2. So I'm going to make this short because I have to get I'm going to do this video for you all because I'm going to follow this video up with the one I just did. And probably I'm going to try to do just 15, 20 minutes of this video. If you see 31 minutes and 46 seconds, which is usually the length of the video, watch the entire video because you have the rest of the day to do what you're going to do. I am making sure I leave good information, good inspirational guidance. And this book is titled, You Are Everything and Everything Is You. You get this book at www.youreverythinggood.com. And the subtitle is, I am everything and you're everything I am. That is why you are everything and everything is you. Okay? So I'm committed to the to your self-awareness, the self-awareness you are. The self-realization you are, the self-awakening you are. That's why on the back of this book is described as a transcendental, self-awareness, meditative research manual. Because you know what I do in this book? I do something very unselfish. I promote other beings' books to back up what I have in here. I'll promote other beings' websites like I talk about the releasetechnique.com. Wonderful place to go get information as the awakening you are. They have a whole series of courses for any question or if you have an issue, and I'm avoiding saying problem, but I'll go ahead and say problem, right? Problem solver, problem solver, problem solver. They teach you how to release as the heart and the solar plex area. Releasing the I amness, which is in parentheses power, off any conceptions. And then this gets quiet. They said the more you release, the quieter this gets. And the quieter this gets, the better you are. A quiet brain is a more healthy brain. I kid you not. Somebody's brain is active all the time and monkey brain and jumping around. That's not a healthy brain. They won't let them go to sleep at night, creating insomnia. How can a brain that creates insomnia is being so active that a being can't go to sleep and get a good solid 8 hours sleep, 8 or 9 hours sleep? And how can that be a healthy brain? Let me tell you something. I'm speaking as experience. I know what it's like to have insomnia. I don't now. I start releasing, start being more focused here, and boom, better. Do you know the forbidden fruit, allegorically, metaphorically, and symbolically told in Scripture, the forbidden fruit that Eve fed Adam was the process of THINKING. When they were just being, there was no judgment. That's why the word is called judgmental, not judge emotional. Anyone who's critical and harsh and beating themselves down comes from here. If this is quiet, You're not beating yourself down. You're not pushing yourself. You're not doubting yourself. You're not saying none encouraging things to yourself. Neither are you saying none encouraging things to anyone else. You centered here, compassion. The more intelligent someone is, the least compassionate they are. Study them. When you're around very extremely intelligent beings, notice how less compassionate they are. And let me tell you this. I am much better being around a being full of compassion than one that's not. Because someone whose compassion is zero, they can do anything to you and it won't matter to them because they have no compassion. So the intellect is not the place to go. Even Einstein said, no amount of accumulated knowledge or acquired education, the acquisitions of education can equal the imagination. Imagination is a synonym for I am, aka heart. Do you know the first organ in a woman's body, when the doctor notifies her that she has life in her, is the heart? They hear the heartbeat. Do you know the heart creates the other organs, including the brain? The brain can stop and the heart will keep beating. If the heart stops beating, the brain will crash. The creator stops, the created crashes. But if the created stop, the creator keeps going. Even in the sense as the heart. The created can never create the creator. The created can never create the creator. The created can never create the creator. The son can never create a father, but a father will always create a son. All the time. Let me put it to you like this. I heard say you cannot get to the Father but by way of the Son, right? Let's switch that around. You cannot get to the creations but by way of the Creator. So let's go, you cannot get to the Son but by the Creator, but by the Father. We father all of our experiences. We father, women mother their experiences. So the experiences, when you're being loving, that's what your expression, aka body, experience. Okay? So you are I am. You're not who you've been believing you are. And I'm not going to use words like T-H-I-N-K, T-H-I-N-G, T-H-I-N-K-I-N-G, T-H-O-U-G-H-T, M-I-N-D, subconscious, M-I-N-D, law of attraction. The reason why, I mentioned that in the other video, and I didn't read what I'm going to read to you now, but that's in other videos. I'm going to read to you why that I don't say T-H-I-N-K. I'm keeping you from going here. That's the forbidden fruit. That's the tree of knowledge, is go here. Deuteronomy 5, 6, and 7 says, I brought you out of the land of Egypt. Land of Egypt is a symbolic, metaphorical, and allegorically concept that's talking about this. Deuteronomy 5, 6, and 7. I brought you out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. You caught up here, you're in bondage. This is the tomb that AKA was taken from. This is where I am is crucified. When you go here, you start crucifying yourself. Let's get this quiet. A quiet brain is a better brain and a happier being. With a being that has a quiet brain, peaceful brain, silent, no information coming from there challenging the I am you are. No false beliefs, no recordings, no false recorded information challenging the I am you are. You could say that I am, and there's nothing saying that you're not. Because if you get any feelings that say you're not, it's coming from here. Now I said feelings, right? But the ideas will go down to the feeling nature. So when you go, I am, when you say I am, don't look at the physical world. I've learned this came, just state I am. Just say I am this. By and as the way I am. Not by way of something happening in the world. When you say I am, don't start looking for something in the world to validate you saying I am. That's when the doubt comes in. Because what you're doing is you'll say I am, and without you even knowing, you're committing idolatry. The moment you say I am, boom, you're as in the right place. Then you start looking for signs outwardly. That's when you weaken the statement that you are. Because if you look outwardly for you, you're saying that you're not. When you say I am, that's finished. Like you listening to I am right now. I'm speaking as I am. All right. You don't need to go look around to see if you're listening. You are listening. You can say I'm listening and I'm speaking. I don't need no outside validation to prove that I'm speaking. Let me tell you something. They promoted being in the head so much. Everyone believes intelligence is the way to go. But I like to challenge you on something right now. Intellectually make a tree. Intellectually make the tropical rainforest. What did your intellect or anyone's intellect on this planet have to do with making the tropical rainforest? What did anyone's intellect have to do with making the sun that shines every day and energizes this universe? How much equation, how much college education did someone have to acquire to make the sun? None. How much college education did someone acquire to have to make every tall tree on this planet? Every forest, the Amazon forest, which is also known as the tropical rainforest. And look around where you live. How much education, how much calculus, trigonometry, chemistry did you have to do to make the tree in your backyard? How much education did you have to do to make this body who you believe you are? Take what you believe the intellect is and create the intellect. Take what you believe the intellect is and create the listening that you are actually doing right now. You're listening right now. How much mathematical equations did you have to put together to listen? Take the intellect to try to create a fingernail. I'm not going to ask you to create a finger or a hand or an arm. Try to create a fingernail. Go call up all your intellectual friends and see can you all create a fingernail that can grow, that you can clip and grow back. Why are you trying to praise the brain? Going to the brain for stuff. I see pictures on the internet where they have the brain going. Everybody's like, that's idol worshiping. Before the brain was I am. The brain didn't create God. Can I am create a brain? Yes, I am has created all these brains on this planet. But can all those brains create I am? No. So stop idol worshiping. You go into the head, you idol worshiping. You are I am. You don't need to go to your brain for nothing. You don't need to get no self-hypnosis. You don't need somebody implanting concepts in your brain. You already that. If somebody said to you, I could put something in your brain and turn your life around, what you tell them is, okay. If somebody tell you they can put something in your brain so you can now make more money, then say to them, can you put I am in I am? Because I am is greater than money. Your brain is a finite process. I am is an infinite being. Your body, the body you are, was infinitely created as a finite tool for I am to wear. Before Abraham was, I am. Let's go back farther. Before the universe was, that I put the world in, that I put Abraham on, I am. So none of this created stuff created anything. I am is doing all the creating. Let me read something to you to back up what I'm saying. I used to believe in all this stuff. Let me tell you, I never got anything. There is no law of attraction. There is no M-I-N-D. M-I-N-D. Get it in your M-I-N-D. Get what in the M-I-N-D? I am this. How are you going to put something in a miss? M-I-N-D stand for the M and M-I-N-D stand for miss. The I and M-I-N-D stand for information. The N and M-I-N-D stand for needing. And the D stand for demolition, destroying, dissolving, dissipating, and completely dumping. They've making a idol out of M-I-N-D. They made an idol out of the law of attraction. They made an idol out of subconscious M-I-N-D. They made an idol out of the laws of the universe. Before the universe was, I am. If there's any laws in this universe that I was before, then I'm not subject to them being I am. When you recognize you I am, you're not subject to no universal laws. You're not. And don't let anybody tell you that you are. Now, if you like to keep playing around trying to get things into your M-I-N-D and you're just going to procrastinate the self you are, which is the good that you're looking to be and experience. This is real talk here. I'm not going to tell you that you I am and then put you right back up in your head by saying you got to get something in your mind. The Bible, hold on for a second. I'll be right back. I'm going a little longer on this recording, and then I'm going to finish up a little bit. I've heard somebody say, now, there was another name for this book before it was called the Bible. 1905, 14 books were taken out of this book, leaving 66. Now, if you go buy a brand new car, there's a manual in the glove compartment. The manual is not the power. The vehicle is the power. The manual has instructions how to operate that powerful vehicle. If you buy a microwave oven, a toaster oven, or anything else, you're going to get a little booklet inside of a plastic bag. That's instructions how to operate that powerful microwave oven, toaster oven, etc. Okay, this book that they call the Bible is an instructional manual how to operate the power you are. Hence is the reason why my second chapter said you are power. And the way I wrote this thing, you can't, trust me, this book is a winner right here. I promote other authors' books in here unselfishly. I send you to YouTube channels to back up what I'm saying. I send you to websites where you're going to get to know the release technique, the meditation, the release technique, www.thereleasetechnique.com, the meditation center, www.themeditationcenter.com, wonderful place. They show you how to throw away the mind. Dr. Pillai has an arm meditation that Wayne Dyer went to India and studied with him to learn how to dissolve the mind in 20 minutes. And then they say when that 20 minutes go by, that mind is gone, all that noise, you are city consciousness. City consciousness, aka in parentheses, I am. And then you can just I am a concept and bing, show up in the visible world. Remember, stay I am. Don't look for proof in the visible world. I've learned this today. This has given me so much confidence. Before I used to, I'll say something, I'll say I am something, then I start looking for signs. No. When you say you are, stay as I am. You're the greatest. Remember, before the universe was, that I put the world in, that I put Abraham on, I am. I am is enough. I am is enough for anything and anyone to happen. Now, I'm going to tell you something. When you know that you I am, there are some beings that go out there and they play around with little magic and stuff, trying to convince beings, take over their brain and have them doing what they like them to do. But when you wake up as I am, they can't do that. No weapon formed can prosper against I am. But if you believe you're a human being, they can play games with you like that. You be walking around the place acting like somebody perform your act via them using witchcraft. But when you know you I am, fall to the ground, baby. Can't stand. No weapon formed shall prosper against I am. So I am is real security. You see me wear a security shirt and a security cap in my next video. I am next video. So this is not a psychological manual. This doesn't study the head. This study the heart. That's why I am videos are called I am. This is an I Amology manual to study as I am from page to page. Not psychology. That's the study of the psyche, which is, we don't go here. Stay out of here. I Amology. That's what this book is about. The study is I am. And that's you. You are the I am. This book is about the real you. You are the what you are, your true identity, which is you divinity. Okay? You hear that? All right. And that's how this book is written, to have you cruise. You will cruise into creations with this book right here. $50? Come on. When the last time you spent? I'm going to use the word spend. Spend means put out with no return. Invest means you expect a return. When you put $50 to get this book, and do that before I go up to 60, you're going to get returns after returns. You're going to call and email I am and say, I'm buying my family, every one of my family members, a copy of this book. 500 some pages. This is pure experience. This is not a good read. This is not one of these books where you read and you sit around a coffee shop and talk about, oh yeah, I read Chicken Soup of the Soul. I'm not putting in criticism. I don't have to use the word criticism. I'm not talking about that book, but I've heard a lot of beings say they use Chicken Soup for the Soul. And I said, what'd you get from that book? It was just good conversation. This is an experience. This is not a good read. This is a great experience. That's why I wrote this book this way. And I back up everything. I refer you to different authors, like Anthony Robbins' book in here. mention is here in here. Awakening the giant within. That giant within is I am. That's the real you. Before the body who you believe you are was I am. I am is living as you. Wake up as I am. Watch. The movie The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy was dreaming that she was not home. She was dreaming she was on the yellow brick road trying to find Oz, the land of Oz. And the whole time she was at home dreaming that she was not. All of us been on our yellow brick road. All of us have been on our yellow brick road. Living this illusion, trying to, be what we already are. But it's not our fault. We were put to sleep as children. And so we've been put on the yellow brick road since the time we were children. And you know what I'm saying is true. The heart is the place to go, baby. We got to migrate from here. I already told you, you cannot intellectually create a fingernail. The intelligence. So you don't need to be trying to put ideas up here for what? You are. Before the brain was, I am. Before the brain was, I am. Before the brain was in a body that I created, I am. Why are you trying to go up in the head? Baby, I am deserves all of your attention. All the attention you are, not your attention. Take the word, I said, I break grammar rules in these recordings on purpose. Take the R off the word your and make you. You attention. You are attention. Right now, you paying attention to this. You paying attention. You are attention. Give yourself back to the awareness as I am. And this world is your playground. This universe is your playground. I have a poem that I'm going to say in my next video. But I say part of the poem goes like this. I made this world to be at your... I'm not going to go into the poems. I like to say the whole thing. You'll see them. I'm doing that whole LP. Rap is going to be great. I am going to be great. So not yet. Cancel that. I don't use words like IT on this site. I don't use words T-H-I-N-K, T-H-I-N-K-I-N-G, T-H-O-U-G-H-T, W-A-N-T, M-I-N-D. I don't use any of that. Let me read this one thing to you before I wrap this video out. See, I'm full of energy, right? I went to work out today. So, bang. Let me read something to you. Now, Matthew 16:15 says, whom do you say that I am? Whom do you say that I am? Matthew 16:15. And then now, I'm going to read something else to you. I am. I am the first and the last. By the way, for those who see I wrapped it around my neck, us actors and writers and anyone who does speaking, we keep our neck protected because our vocal cords is our tool. So yeah, keep this nice and warm. I worked out today and I'm still kind of perspiring a little bit, so my pores are open, so I'm protecting my throat by keeping I am wrapped. That's what us singers, actors, and speakers do, protect. So that's why I'm wearing this. You're gonna see me doing this a lot, wearing this a lot when I'm doing videos. I wrap my neck, okay? So check this out. I am the first and I am the last, and beside I am, there's no God. Isaiah 44:6. That's why I don't use the word God on this channel. Because Exodus 3, chapter 3, verse 13 through 15 says, I am as I am named, and I will be known as I am as generation, as generation, as generation. Now, I take out the word from. I like to put the word as instead of from generation to generation. I like to say as generation because I am is every generation. Every generation, the generations of our great-parents was I am. The generations of our great-great-great-grandparents was I am. The generation of our parents was I am. The generation as I am generation is I am. The generations of our children is I am. I am known as I am as generation, as generation, as generation. I am not known by the name of God. I'm known as the name as I am. That says that right there in Exodus 3, chapter 13 through 15. I am not known by the name of God. I'm known as the name as I am. Do you know why? God was meant to be, when someone created the name God, they meant for you to worship and praise. I am is meant to be an experience. When you say I am, you can't help but experience what follows I am. I am happy, you experience yourself as happiness. I'm going to the store, you experience yourself as going to the store. I'm going to go back and say happiness, take off the R off your and make the you. You say, I'm happy. You experience yourself as happiness. You say you're going to the store, you experience yourself as going to the store. You say you're going to take your girlfriend out. You experience yourself as taking your girlfriend out. You're going to take out your children to the movie theaters. You experience yourself as the movie theater. I am as loving the experience as the life you are, which is I am. I am was meant to be experienced, not worshiped or praised. No idol worshiping. Allow the I am to experience the life I am is you. It's not your life. It's I am life. You can't make yourself as the who. The what I am created who you believe you are. And you are constantly I am in your creations every day. Wake up and realize you I am, and then start saying what comes after I am, and watch yourself be. You will now create a life full of blessings instead of one full of lessons. Wake up, and that's what I'm doing with these Amology videos, which is the study as I am. That's why I said the Bible is not a psychological manual. It is the I am. I apologize for saying it. This is I am. This book, I am the Bible, a book as Amology, not this. Now you know I'm true. You know I'm telling the truth. This is a transcendental self-awareness meditative research manual. All the research is here, backing up everything I have in here. You got to get this book. I wrote this book in first cause. You experience yourself as every concept. That's why on the table of contents and on the cover of the book, you are. The way I wrote this book, you experience yourself. Every time you see the word abundance, in chapter abundance, you see the word wow you. Every time you see the word wow you, in parentheses, you see abundance. You see wow you in parentheses abundance. You see abundance in parentheses wow you. They're going for 23 to 25 pages or 30 pages. Then I cast you in role, being an actor and screenwriter. I write a script for you where you playing the role as abundance. Then I give you another 5 pages to write your own story. Then you feel a realization through a meditation. I said, feel I am through twice, and then speak yourself into existence, yourself into existence, as that affirmation. Remember, John 14:14 said, if you ask anything in I am name, I am being that. Not I'm doing that. I'm already done as that. Feeling is the way to ask. That's what that verse means, John 14:14. Okay? Real talk here, right? I know you're getting this. So let me check the time. Okay, I got a little bit more time left. I ended up doing a whole 31 minutes. I always say I'm going to do shorter, but I ended up going. That's okay. You deserve this. You deserve to get the full treatment. So anyway, so Isaiah 44 says, I am the first and I'm the last, and there is no God beside I am. Isaiah 44:6. Now, this is scripture I'm reading from. I'm not making this up. Okay? Then the very next one says, I am the Lord I am, which brought I am out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Back to the promised land. The heart is the promised land. Deuteronomy 5:6 and 7. Oh, I am the Lord I am, which brought from the land of from the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. And beside I am, you shall have no other God. Beside I am. Now let me go back. Okay, you shall have no other God. In parentheses, M-I-N-D, law of attraction, subconscious M-I-N-D, laws of the universe. Those are those other false gods. Or any beliefs that you have about yourself that don't make you happy. Those are false gods too. False beliefs, false teachings. Now, watch this. Now I'm going to go to some more scripture. For if you believe, this is John 8:24. For if you believe that I am, for if you not believe that I am, you shall perish in you mistaken identity. If you don't believe that you are I am, whatever identity you do believe you are, will continuously, that's a mistake. You will keep creating mistaken people, places, things, moments, circumstances, events, and experiences, and you will perish in them if you don't evolve to the realization that you are I am. That's John 8:24. Now I'm going to read another verse to you. Watch this. So I'm backing up everything I said. So Matthew 16:15 says, but whom do you say that I am? Now watch this. Have I told you that I am? Therefore, if you seek I am, let all these in parentheses, M-I-N-D, subconscious M-I-N-D, law of attraction, laws of the universe, false beliefs in your head, let all these other things go. Let all these other things go their way. John 18:8. Now watch this. As soon as I am said unto them that I am, they, in parentheses, M-I-N-D, misinformation needing demolition, law of attraction, subconscious M-I-N-D, laws of the universe, any other false beliefs, they all went backwards and fell to the ground. You know why they went backwards and fell to the ground? They had no more I amness to hold them up. They can't stand on their own. That's John 18:6. You are I am. And you don't claim you're something as the name of I am and start looking for evidences outside in the physical world. You celebrate. You say I am, start celebrating. You say I am that, start celebrating. Don't say you are and then wait to see what's going to happen. When you say I am doesn't mean I'm going to be, I will be, in some point in time in the future. I am is saying I am now. Not by the evidences of the outside world, but by the unseen, or I like to say inner scene. Hold on. All right, we got one more minute. When you say I am, that's a completed, finished acknowledgement, declaration that you're acknowledging that you are already, and do not need any outward appearances to validate that you are as the inner scene. Most beings would say the unseen. Hebrews 11:1 says, I'm the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. I say that verse should have been written this way. I am the substance as all things hoped for. The evidence is that things are now being seen as the inner scene. There's no unseen. When you see inwardly, you're seeing, but you're seeing innerly, right? That's all the proof you need. Don't worry about looking outwardly, because watch, before Abraham was, I am. Before the universe was, that I put the world in, that I put Abraham on, I am. So as you say I am, the universe has no choice but